Welcome back, you guys. It's finally time for us to address upstairs. It has been about 7 years since I've ever been up here. I didn't even know upstairs existed, but it's been a hot minute. And so let's clean it. Just kidding. I've been up here a ton. I've known it's a nightmare. I've just been avoiding it. But I did clean my attic so that I could put a lot of Christmas that was previously gumming up the works up here into the attic. So this is starting from a better starting point than if you saw what it looked like when we were doing my attic clean. Look at how much paper disaster is happening. It's significant. We have been doing a lot of crafting and very little cleaning after ourselves. I bought the kids' tents for their bunks. Only one of them successfully made it up there. One was attempted. One is somewhere else. We need to tackle this. So, elephant in the room. What's going on? We can all see my butt. My butt is very prominent. Now, what happened here was absolutely 100% me trying to thirst trap the internet. Yes, the internet at large. Like, I am trying to use this milkshake to bring the internet to my yard. Also, really targeted, pointed attack at Jamie Chaotic. She is a YouTuber. You guys, I will link her channel. But we were doing a live stream a while ago. And for some reason, Jamie kept teasing her feet and oh, my feet are so great. My feet are so fabulous. And it made me feel some sort of way. I don't know what happens. I'm kind of desperate to see Jamie's feet. I need to see them. I need to see what it's all about. Maybe I'm into feet at this point, but I'm for sure trying to get Jamie to slide into my DMs and show me those feet. And then maybe, who knows, what if she and I both have that mutual divorce arc that YouTube is so desperate for us to have, and then we marry each other, and then that would be amazing and hilarious, and terrible things would ensue, and then we could have another divorce arc when we divorce each other again, because I will not let her celebrate her birthday because it's my birthday, and I am not going to abide by that. I will make her celebrate her birthday the day before, no, the day after. That way I can suck up all of the joy. And she has to celebrate her birthday the day after my birthday, which actually is her soon-to-be ex-husband's birthday. And then her kids have to choose. Do they celebrate dad's actual birthday or mom's pretend birthday because mom's new wife is toxic? Could you imagine the engagement? Could you imagine the likes? Jamie, could you imagine the amount of likes we would get? I mean, let's do it for the algorithm. But what absolutely didn't happen at all, because I am doing hard 75 and drinking a lot of water, what did not happen was I went to the bathroom before starting this clean and pulled my pants up and didn't realize my shirt got caught in it. And I had that nightmare scenario of, oh my God, something gets tucked up in my pants after I go to the bathroom and the world sees me and my office sees me, except I don't have an office. It gets to be YouTube. That didn't happen. It was intentional. It was deliberate. I am a siren. I am a seductress. I am not socially awkward and make terrible embarrassments. That's not what's happening here. And how dare you? How dare you think that that could have been the scenario? Also, by the way, when I say elephant in the room and then I talk about my butt, if anybody else does that, I will sue you for defamation. 1,000%. Don't even try it. So I go through all of the effort of organizing this bed and taking it off, putting it back on, fixing it, just to have to do it again with a tent. I wish I had known that that was going to be the process, but I didn't. So pulling the mattress off again, and now I'm going to shove it inside this tent. This one was kind of configured a little bit for me because one of the twins had made an attempt. So that makes things slightly easier, slightly more gooder, if you will. I need to wash all of the bedding so we are not making the beds right away, but this is cute, right? I wanted them to have cozy little secret private places that they could go tuck into and not be visually watched. Calvin has his own room, sure, but the twins share a room downstairs. And sometimes You don't want to be able to be looked at. Oh, Mary, there's the pillow that you're like, oh, for sure it's somewhere else. And it wasn't. There it was upstairs. Pillow found. It's now down back on my couch. What I was saying was, I loved sharing my room with my sister, but sometimes I just wanted to tuck in. So I wanted to give that opportunity for all of my kids to have their own cozy fort. We have less food, trash, and plates up here. We don't have none, but we do have less. And I'm really excited about that. I think we're trying to stack better habits, which is a bold assertion considering the state of the room right now. But let's give acknowledgement of what is improving. And that would be one aspect that is improving. Less food trash upstairs. All right. So, why am I doing this again? I need the content, guys. I am on a massive RV trip. I need to have the content of me cleaning so I can just slowly boil my frogs. Hello, my beautiful frogs. I'm so glad you guys are here, and get you guys to agree that maybe I'm not just a cleaning channel. Maybe I can do other things and I don't destroy my channel. The other thing is that my kids are cleaning their rooms downstairs, and I wanted them to focus on that. We're all trying to build new habits, and I am trying to be a better homemaker and not be such a couch potato. I don't want to get sucked into my nest as much. I'm trying to improve my health. I am doing a lot. And one of the things I'm not doing is climbing up my kids' butts about what's going on upstairs. We only have so much energy that we can divvy out during the day, unless maybe you have endless energy. And if so, how? How is it that, what is it, androchrome? Like, is that what it is? Are you a Hollywood elite and you know how to eat the androchrome? I pass. I don't want that. But maybe meth, if anybody has a cute little cottage meth recipe that I could do, farm to table only. Thank you. I don't have endless energy. I actually don't have very much energy. I'm building my stamina and it's coming more easily. I am having bigger days where I'm able to do more and not crash out for the rest of the week. But I don't have endless energy, so I have to prioritize. Upstairs is very much out of sight, out of mind. I forget I have an upstairs for quite some time. And it starts slow. My kids don't go in and just throw crap everywhere, but it starts slipping, and then all of a sudden it's a massive mess. So extra mess on top of that doesn't really matter. So I am going to come in, I'm going to deep clean it. I also want to make sure all paper waste is out. We're going on a really long road trip, which I keep referencing. I'm actually on it. Oh, I'm on it right now. Spoilers. I say spoilers a lot for shit that is absolutely not a spoiler. So I guess you guys know this. It's not a spoiler. Common knowledge. Here's some lore that everyone knows. So I wanted my house to be clean when I'm gone. So that is what I'm doing. I'm going to tackle all the spaces. After this, I have to deep clean the kids' rooms, both of them. They're both all three, both rooms, all three kids are working on getting it clean right now as we speak, which is what I meant when I said, why am I cleaning up here? Because my kids are they're cleaning their rooms. I mean, they're literally cleaning their rooms while I'm doing this room. Everybody's cleaning. But I want to make sure that for sure they don't have food in their room or any sort of trash that would be catastrophic after 2 months away, because I cannot imagine how gross a room would be with milk 2 months later, or some pizza. Well, pizza, I guess, would just get hard and not gross. What else would be really terrible? Peanut butter. I feel like open peanut butter would just bring bugs like crazy. No, thank you. We're also taking this opportunity, since I have cleaned out my attic and my garage, and we're going to have all the stuff up here. We are taking the opportunity to have pest control come in, make sure everything's nice and sprayed. I did see a cockroach in the attic and the garage, and I'm just starting to get a little freaked out. And a couple times we had a centipede. I've seen a centipede in the house. I blame my dog Leroy for that because he likes to go out into the woods and he has really fluffy feet. And I'm like, is it your feet? I did not know Blackberry was in there. The first time I opened it and looked in, she scared the crap out of me. She loves upstairs. She hardly ever is seen. She likes to hide. And I realize it's because she's upstairs all the time and I'm upstairs 0% of the time. So we just don't really, our paths don't cross that often. The amount of laundry, you guys, it's intense. So I'm cycling through bedding, which honestly I should have put to last, but it's so bulky and it takes up the most space. I prioritized it. And then I'm cleaning basically every article of clothing that we have in the entire house so that I can pack for this trip. It's, my life has been so much laundry lately, but we're getting through it. It's fine. We can do it. And then this clean does bother my feet. A lot of you guys are like, doesn't it bother your feet to step on things and have it constantly on the bottom of your feet? Usually, no. Usually it's not an issue, but this clean was an issue for me. There was just a lot of debris on the ground that I was stepping on. So I was sweeping in batches as well, just to have like free space that wasn't texturally bothering me. I would rather cut off my feet than put on shoes and clean inside my house. So that's not an option. The option is sweep as you go. At that point, that pause right there was I was sweeping and I realized that there was a Cookie Run Kingdom. It's a game on iPads. If you're parents or a grandparent who have kids who play Cookie Run Kingdom, I am sure you're listening to it obsessively. Like I'm sure they're telling you about all the cookies. But my kids have been making little cutouts of the Cookie Run Kingdom cookies. And I saw one and so I was like, oh no, I don't want to sweep up and throw away valid crafts. So I called all of my kids up. They had to do a visual sweep of what was on the floor, what was out, what craft thing was important, and what could go in the trash. And so I had all my kids, make sure I wasn't going to throw anything that they really wanted away. That's very important to me. I don't want to go through and just be like, F these kids, I'm going to throw everything away. You don't respect your stuff. That is a real issue for me. I don't want to blindside them with throwing out all of their belongings because so many people are like, if that was my kid, I'd wait till they go to school and I would take a shovel to the floor and throw everything in the trash. I could not imagine the trust you break in your child. I cannot imagine how devastating it would be for your kids to come home and find all of their belongings in the trash. I couldn't imagine how I would feel as a grown-ass woman to come home and have somebody throw all my stuff in the trash. That's abuse. Like if your spouse did that, everybody would tell you it was abusive. But for some reason, we're like, no, it's good parenting. It's fine. They'll learn. And that's cruel. And also, I don't have neurotypical children. I just don't. That's not how our life works. And I will teach them at my own pace. And if you guys are like, well, when they live on their own, joke's on you, idiots. They probably won't. Not all of us get kids that move out and have their own homes and families. Some of us are parents our whole lives. And I love that for me. It's fine. So I can trade a little bit of clutter and mess to make sure my kids feel like I am a trustworthy human in their lives. And you know what? I don't mind doing this. It's content. Let's feed the algorithm. I highly doubt Jamie is going to marry me. That whole content line is out the window, but maybe not, Jamie. I mean, my DMs are open. So let's just go with bad parenting as an arc. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're doing this in zones. I can see that I could clearly sweep up what's behind me, but that's not the zone I'm in. I have to do things in sections. I can't do the whole room. That would be crazy overwhelming. But I can do this zone, and it's easy. Oh, God, and it's a lot. This is basically shoveling stuff in, but it's approved shoveling things in. I talked about it last time I did the upstairs because the upstairs tends to get away from me a ton. I am getting way better with my downstairs part of my house. I did not just want to say downstairs. I'm getting so much better with where my baseline mess is, where my trigger point where I'm like, okay, too far gone. Let's start cleaning. I'm in such a better zone for that. I just don't go upstairs very often to like feel it, get a sense of it. And then the times I am going upstairs, it's like in passing to go do something, like go look in my attic, go grab something, go ask my kid something. So it's a surprise. And I'm usually in the middle of something else. And I'm not about to be like, oh, abandon that thing that I was just trying to focus on for half a minute so I can pivot and do this the rest of my day. It's just not that easy. And that, yes, I am doing a lot of excuses, but I feel like it's explaining. It's not so much excusing, it's explaining. This is my daughter. This is a massive stack of origami paper that I am trying to get in a drawer. She got so much origami for Christmas. Paper. She makes her own origami, but it's something that she does privately. It's not for you. It's for her eyes only. Like all the war secrets. Same level of secrecy. But the good thing is that recently I did do a huge declutter up here. So it's not like things that look fine, but should actually be tossed or donated. Everything is almost very, I will regret saying that when we get to craft table, but everything's a very distinct yes or no. It's like, this is all trash. If it's trash, it's trash. If it's not trash, it goes somewhere, but there's not really like a decluttering element. And I absolutely love that. And Blackberry absolutely is loving the time with me. She is just such a cuddle bug. I did think when she started cuddling this ceramic unicorn, I was like, girl, you're going to knock that off and it is going to shatter and I will be sad. This is like, I love this because it's so horrifying looking, but so easy to clean. Like I'm getting 4 things out of there. And then check this out. Gonna go so fast, gonna be so easy. And it's so satisfying. You know what? To be honest, I wish all of my giant clutter, giant messes, giant whole house cleans was just me sweeping up scrap paper. It would be glorious. Because look, almost no dishes. Also, I don't know that my air conditioning's working quite well upstairs because on this day and then the second day that I go in, which is several days later, I believe, I don't remember what happens. Something happens and it knocks me on my butt and I do not come up here the next day. It's a couple days. But like it's so swampy upstairs. It's so humid, so gross. That string just keeps annoying me for like several hours. All right. See how quick that was? Now all I have to do is cram everything in here, which takes forever. It is a huge pile of garbage. So I think on this date, I'm still listening to the Karen Reed trial. I feel like the Karen Reed trial is endless. And I'm so excited for it to actually start and to come to a real tangible conclusion. Not as excited as I'm sure Karen Reed is. I bet she's pretty tired of it, but I cannot wait for the next trial. For the whole time, they have to call Proctor, right? They have to call Proctor, the detective. If for some reason you're insane and you have not been following this case, Karen Reed is accused of like backing over her boyfriend in the snow and killing him because she was drunk driving and driving off. But what really seems to have happened is something completely different. And allegedly, everybody out there, maybe he went to the house party and something sideways happened then. And then there's this massive conspiracy, people destroying their phones, people rehoming dogs, everybody butt dialing everybody, but the butts also pick up and there's like minute-long butt conversations. But the lead detective, Trooper Proctor, he said in text messages, not spelling it out cutesy, which I don't really know how you'd spell it out cutesy, but he calls Karen Reed the C word and many numerous other horrifying things. And because of how he treated the whole investigation, he was like, oh, he was fired. So now, not when he testified last time, he was just under investigation. But now the whole time they could be like, and weren't you fired because of how you handled this case? Weren't you fired with like under disgraceful circumstances? Weren't you fired? Like the whole time they're going to be like, also former deputy, you fired piece of crap. Didn't you get fired? I can't wait. I want to watch his testimony so badly. It's going to be amazing. It's like 99% of the reason why I got Starlink on my RV, so I can make sure no matter where I am in the country, I'm going to be able to stream that. I want to watch Emily D. Baker and I want to watch that trial so much. But anyways, I was listening to it now. They're doing jury selections, which I guess was going faster. I don't know the new update on that. I have to dip back in, but I have been saving things, so I have things to listen to when I clean. So we have some empty Swifty heads and then one very turquoise Swifty head right there. A few more here, there, and everywhere, but I have been trying to place as many like blank Swifty faces everywhere so that I can get my kids to paint them and, I don't know, sell them because they are hilariously horrifying and terrifying. I don't know why I started calling mannequin head Swifties. It happened during a clean and it made me laugh so hard. I could not stop calling the styrofoam heads Swifties. It's just too funny to me. I don't know what to say. On this craft table, I want to throw things away, but I'm not like, oh, let's make it look so nice and organized. I'm like, I just want it to not have trash and like things be with like things. I don't need it to look aesthetic. I don't want it to look pretty. I just want to be done with this. And I'm in a good mood on this day. Oh my God, I don't know if you guys heard that, but somebody definitely dropped something in my kitchen during my voiceover. Eek. So I do love, I hate how messy it gets. I love how crafty my kids are. They're so artistic. Just the other day, I was complimenting my daughters. All right, here's a little pivot. It just happened today. I took my daughters to buy new swimsuits, right? And they're of the age where they should absolutely hate that experience. They should be like, I hate this. Why does my body look like this? I hate who I am. Like, it is the time where you decide that you hate your body for the first time and then it never goes away. That's fun, right? So, one of them tried on a bathing suit and she's like, I look fantastic. Look at how amazing I look in this swimsuit. I'm so happy. This is fantastic. And I was floored because by the time I was 14, I would not have put on a bathing suit and thought, yes, I'm amazing. Look at how happy I am. And I I couldn't be happier. I'm so happy. Not really sure why I pivoted to this. Okay, so why am I talking about this? My daughters, oh, okay, that's what it is. So I was thinking about it while we were leaving the store. They both got the same swimsuit, which was really cute. They haven't tried matching in a very long time. And I thought it was really cute that they decided to match in this one way. Um, and so I wanted to give them a compliment. And I probably picked not a great compliment. Also, new day, new outfit. Um, and I told one of my daughters, I was like, you know what? You probably could be a model. And then she goes, oh, yeah, no, I'd rather be an animator. Like immediately. She was like, no, that's stupid. I'd rather be an animator. And I was like, oh, she goes, or an artist. And I love that where she was like, ugh, that sounds stupid. I want to do something cool. So, it was just a really good moment. I'm really excited with how all of that went down. I was worried about parenting the body feelings that you have at that age, parenting them through that, knowing how it just, Honestly, I don't feel like it gets better. I don't know many women, they're like, oh, my whole life I loved how I looked. And so I'm just excited and I hope we hold on to it. So, okay, clearly new day, new me, new bedding. I had to start out with bedding because I had done so much laundry and everything was just piling up that I needed somewhere for it to go. I was putting it on the couch upstairs and I was just worried it would fall on the floor and get really dirty again. So here we go. The drawer kept kicking open. I didn't realize at first that the tent was knocking it open, but I figured it out. Okay, perfect. I think on this day is when I'm listening to no, I'm definitely listening to a true crime case where like the wife definitely had her husband murdered, but like she was really bad at covering it up. I really feel like that seems to be the scenario for everyone. I feel like everyone's like, this is a solid plan, and it's absolutely the worst plan ever. I don't know. Like, is everybody who kills their spouse just exceptionally dumb and that's why we keep catching them, but the smart ones get away with it? Or is it super duper duper hard to get away with murder? I'd like to know. I also wanted to show you guys, look at Sweet Potato. Okay. Hold on. She's really cute. She sits there very curiously and she's like, hey, what's going on? These are new. And she wanders off and then Blackberry comes out and looks at her like, what? Where are you going? What are we doing? It was cuter when I left it in when it was editing, not nearly as cute during the voiceover parts. But we can't change it now because I refuse. And that's how that works. I was wondering, I could not find the pillowcase that matches the first bed. And I finally found it. And I was really excited about finding it. Honestly, gun to my head, I couldn't tell you where it is right now. I wonder where it is. Maybe, I feel like it was in a closet of some sorts. I don't know. Hopefully I find it again eventually. I'm sure I will. But for the time being, I think I just put a regular pillowcase on it and call it solid. I thought Blackberry really wanted to go up there and she was like, no, I just want to chill with you. So now all of the little forts are organized. And I was like, I threatened my kids. I was like, absolutely no eating upstairs. Do not bring any crap upstairs whatsoever. I'll murder everybody. And that way, I don't have to go clean up there again. I just have to go look and be like, yeah, sure, it's fine. And then I can wander off like an idiot and make myself happy. I do note that I am having such a hard time doing this clean, but this specific clean, the upstairs bedroom one, was the one that was weighing the most on my mind. It was bothering me absolutely the most. I'm not sure why this one was so heavy on me. It just was. And it was also really hard for me to do. I just felt maybe like I was heavier, like the gravity increased and working against it was so much harder. And I kept trying to be like, okay, it's not that much. It's not that much. You've got half of it done already. Keep moving forward. But this is the clean that I was talking about in one of my other clean with me's that I released. This is the clean that once I'm done with it, something really shifts in my mind, the way I think about things, the way I felt about this clean after it was completely different. It just kind of changed something for me to where I felt more optimistic about the clean. I was okay with it getting dirty again, but feeling the feeling, oh my God, it's so hard to describe. Feeling the feeling I had of relief and the weight off of my mind was amazing after this. And I was like, okay, I want that. I want to have that feeling of, I just want to be unburdened by it. I want to be unburdened by what has been. Sorry. I want to have that feeling more than I want to have a clean house, which is different. I have been going on this journey of being better, cleaning more, trying to uncluster my whole life. And the goal for that, for the past leading up until now, so 16 months, it's been to have a clean house. It was the end result, even like the temporary end result. But this one is having it off of my mind. I don't care so much about the result of it, but it's the off my mind part. I think that's going to be really big, honestly. I think that is going to change fundamentally how I approach cleaning. So, with that in my mind, being able to take the completion, the satisfaction of having a completed task and the weight off my shoulders, I was able to carry that into more of my house and more of my tasks. I don't know what time will tell, excessive time will tell, because I am not going to be like looping back into a house cleaning system or journey or in my house for several months. And I hope it holds. Maybe it will. Maybe the relief, the searching for the satisfaction of a mental load clarity is better than searching for a tidy house. I'm not making sense, but it's in my heart. So I'm so sorry, you guys. It's not going to come out any better than that. Finally getting rid of the string several days later. I tear it and I put the ribbon back up because I didn't want to throw all the ribbon away. I probably will regret that decision, but that's fine. And basically everything that was under the table, also garbage. And okay, so this under the table part was a lot. It was highly cluttered, and that's okay. I think what's in front of the couch is not going to be terrible. I am pretty apprehensive about cleaning the bathroom. The bathroom was so dirty and I feel like it's going to take a lot of time to clean, and I really am struggling to do it. I'm also, by the way, there is tape all over this floor. It's covered in tape, but that is not going to be my task. When we get back from our trip, I'm going to send my kids upstairs and be like, now you need to pick all the tape off of the floor. But I'm not going to sit there and do it. I have way too much stuff to do. And I, quite frankly, didn't put all the tape on the floor. So that will be something I'll have them go up and do. I hope that I also stay on top of them for like coming up and tidying, bringing things down, doing all that. But I also need them to do that in their room. So I think I might have to prioritize that. But this is not so bad. I mean, it's just trash paper. Usually it's way worse. Usually it's like trash paper plus food paper plus blah, blah. I don't know why I said food paper. I meant to say food trash. I said trash paper, food paper, didn't I? It's fine. We're going to leave it in because we have a lot to do. And we are just going through it together, guys. And that's fine. Lots of us do this. I do wonder, okay, so it's pretty deep in the video. So all the people who are left are basically my ferals. Hi guys, love you. My feral frogs that I'm slowly boiling to death. Are you guys feeling progress like I'm feeling progress? If you've been with me for, let's say, a year, are you able to look back? Are you making progress? Are you better than you were a year ago? I want to know, like, is it helping? I know that a lot of you guys are in my Discord. I won't drop a link this time because it might expire by the time I post it. But hopefully somebody will ask me in the comments. If you're not in the Discord, I will drop a link. We have a room where we're talking about what we need to get accomplished that day and what we accomplish. And it's not pressure or anything like that. It's just like writing down your to-do list, but other people's eyeballs go on it. And when you cross it off, it's not just your dopamine cheering you on, it's other ferals cheering you on. It's amazing. I wonder, are you guys making progress? Are you seeing any sort of progress? I mean, a year ago, my progress was doing one clean a week, like getting that done. And then I just sat on my couch the rest of the week. And I also would like intentionally film places that you couldn't see the rest of my house so that I only had to focus on certain segments. Quite frankly, I still do that, but it's I've made improvements. But now I am cleaning so much more often. I am out of my nest so much more often. If for some reason you are newer and you're not sure what my nest is, there is a spot in my couch on the corner, and I sit in it. I can sit in it for 13 hours in a day. And I eat and I drink coffee and I put trash there, and like I yell for my kids from there, and that's where I get everything done. I do nothing. By get everything done, I mean the sitting is what I get done. I'm doing absolutely nothing. I'm non-productive slob. Um but it's not such a pull for me anymore. I had to practice. And it's so crazy. Somebody asked me how I improved, like how I got to be able to get up and do things. And literally, it was when my mind would scream at me in that whole ADHD paralysis of, why aren't you doing stuff? Why aren't you getting up, but you're stuck not doing anything and you know you have things to do? When my brain would start screaming, I would literally just stand up. I didn't have to do anything. Often I just sat back down. But it was when my brain was like, get up, you need to, I would get up. And I wouldn't do what I needed to do, but I would get up. And then I could get up and do something for a few minutes. And then I could get up and do something for a while. And now, it was hard for me to get upstairs, to be honest, to come up here and do this because I was exhausted. I had done, let's see, in the span of a week and a half, I had cleaned and organized my attic, cleaned and organized my garage, done like a couple separate cleans for you guys, did a live stream, did my regular life, got my RV to the repair shop, had 2 birthdays. Like I was physically, and I'm doing hard 75. So I'm doing 2 workouts each day. Granted, it is a walk outside and often yoga or an indoor walk, but it is 2 big things. And so I was physically exhausted, but I was able to get up here and do it again. I see it. I see the progress, and I'm wondering about you guys now. I've acknowledged me. I want to see you acknowledge you if I can. Like, where are we, guys? Are you still in the hopeful stage? I hope I can get better. Because we're all clearly works in progresses, and it's not too late. And I just love all of us. I love where we are. I love this community so freaking deeply. I know I said community and not cult community, and I want to go back, but I won't. I can't. We must move forward. We have too much to do to correct our errors. We just do. I don't know. I can't believe what we have going, guys. This is incredible. And so I just wanted to check in real quick. Where are we? How are we? How do you feel about you? Let's talk about that a little bit. I don't know. Okay, so this wasn't so bad. I'm not going to clean inside the credenza. I'm not going to declutter in there. I don't have time or energy. We're just getting stuff up, off the floor, get rid of the trash. This, for some reason, behind the couch, paper crafts. In front of the couch, jewelry crafts. Kind of odd. So yeah, another trash bag goes out. We are just hoarding them in the garage at this point. I think I have 7. I need to get them out. I really, really need to beat the trash guy tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Nope, not even close. I think I have like 4 more days until my laundry. Not laundry, garbage. Oh my God, you guys. If there was any voiceover that I needed to come back and edit, it's this one. I want like the weirdly misbalanced being like, garbage over, like it absolutely doesn't fit. You can tell they recorded the one word. I should do that on all of my mistakes one day. And then you guys will know that I see that I'm saying the wrong words. I just don't care because I am moving forward. It doesn't matter. Okay, look, just the back corner. Pretty excited about that. I do know that the floor is not great. I need to give it another once over. Okay, this is a pillowcase. It's a black pillowcase, and I went to go throw it in the laundry, and I realized it's a pillowcase that they used during Halloween, And so they had eaten their candy and crumpled up wrappers and put them back in the bag. And so I had to shake out a bunch of candy wrappers, which is fine. It's fine. Um, I wanted to throw away this cat stand. It's really gross. I don't want another cat stand in beige. I think it just looks dirty. Like it should have been white, but it's already gross. Maybe I need to get, I think black would show too much, but I don't know. Not beige, not gray. I have a gray one, but gray feels like the only real rational other option. But I do want to get a different cat tree. Okay. Once this is done, I'm like, oh God, I know I have to do the litter box. My daughter had just come up and mother lover. My daughter had just come up and scooped litter. I had her do all 3 litters, and it's kind of a sloppy nightmare. I'm not going to lie. She angry littered. And so I think she just rage scooped. So it's messy. And you will see it very shortly. Unless I mop here first. I do mop here first. So you'll see me mopping. Give it a good mopping. Ha! No, I don't. I don't mop, you idiots. You thought you were going to see me mop. No. Yeah, she didn't even put the lid back on. Love that for me. But I do need to, I'm glad I checked. I do need to add more litter to that litter box. And that might be the litter box we take with us on the road trip. I will keep you posted. Either that one or the one that's in the girls' bedroom, not the huge one that's in my laundry room. That would be insane. Also, I need to remember, doesn't matter now, but I also want that gate, that brown gate that's behind me. That is going to be how I keep Leroy from eating cat food, all of the cat food. Actually, it's Kesha. Kesha's a food thief, which explains her girth. She is a waddly lady. Right now, she's really fluffy and covered in fur. So she looks just cute like an Ewok. But when she gets her haircut, you're like, wow, that is a potato on toothpicks and not like a cute potato like the one I have. All right, this is what I'm anxious about. I had turned on the water for some reason and realized that is not even kind of pretending to drain. So we need to get the Drano, which we finally use. I bought it months ago. Remember, I was like, guys, I need Drano. Remind me. And you reminded me like crazy. And then I was like, wait, what sink needed Drano though? Definitely this one. And so the paint, I'm not super pissed that there's a lot of paint in the sink. All of it washes. Like it's all washable mostly, or at least it comes up. And I'm excited. The Drano doesn't work super great though. I asked the girls, I was like, hey, do you guys want to move upstairs and be like upstairs and have more space and stuff? And they were like, no, nope, hard pass. We would much rather have our room and upstairs. I was like, I was so close to having an office. That's okay. I don't think I'm going to get an office unless we move. Okay, so that, I know it's gross that I dug through the trash. It was a massive chunk of my kid's hair. I think Sammy was cutting bangs before Sammy got bangs cut because that was a huge chunk of cut hair that she must have just like blended in and not told me. Either that or that's actually when she cut. There was a time where she cut a huge chunk of hair, like big, significant, but that was a while ago. But maybe it was way more hair than I had just seen right there though. I'm glad I let her get bangs though. She was clearly really motivated for them. So nobody uses the shower upstairs. It does get dusty though. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. That was my alarm for my progesterone because I need to take it. I need to mute my thing so it doesn't go off again. I have been talking to somebody in my comments about, she was asking about my hormone for my perimenopause. I do talk about it often, but I didn't go to my regular doctor when I wanted to talk about hormone replacement therapy for menopause, perimenopause. I just didn't see that being a really successful conversation. I think a lot of doctors are great. But I think a lot of doctors, when it comes to women problems, they're like, yeah, fucking crazy, right? That sucks. Like, okay, I'm supposed to go to the doctor who's like, we can totally place an IUD without any numbing, or let's do a quick little biopsy of your cervix without any numbing. And when you see what the biopsy actually looks like, it's like, we'll tear a chunk out. It doesn't matter. You probably like, you'll feel it, but we don't care. Like, I have a hard time when it comes to women's things and doctors. I feel like they're like, I don't know which. Like, why don't you talk to your familiar about it? So I went to a woman who actually looks like she could probably be a witch. She looks like if you found her in the woods, you'd be like, oh, what you doing, bestie? Casting spells, little naked dancing in the moonlight. 100% she would. But I love her. She is a nurse practitioner. She is licensed to draw my blood, which she's done numerous. She's really good at it. Oh my God, she's good at it. She runs labs. She can prescribe stuff. And she is also a sex therapist, which I find so amazing and fascinating. Um, but I found her through other people that I knew were getting hormone replacement therapy from her. So I would ask around. I would say, does anybody I know someone who does hormones for perimenopause? Is anybody else out there supportive of this? Because it is a whole new world for me, guys. It was so painful and it was like my uterus was pre-gaming my period for a week before I actually had it. It literally felt like I was having it and then I got to have it again. So for 2 weeks out of the month, I am physically in so much pain. And then also like the tired, the everything. So the progesterone really helped with that. And the testosterone's helped with the hormonal migraines that I've been having. And also, quite frankly, probably what's helping me get up and off my butt and able to clean this room and do things. Maybe a lot of it is the fact that I've been tapping into hormone replacement. They say around 35, everything starts going absolutely sideways. And I didn't start addressing it until I was 42. I'm so excited that it was a choice that I made. I really do think if you guys are feeling that way and you're 35, go get your labs drawn. I got my labs drawn well before I took anything. And it was quite frankly amazing to see that one, my progesterone was menopausal levels. I just didn't have any. That my vitamin D was so horrifyingly low. So I got the supplementation for that. And addressing those two things has immensely helped me. It really has. I am so grateful that I looked into it. So grateful that I have somebody locally who could deal with it. And when I see my regular doctor, I just inform them that that is also something that I'm doing. And I have gotten zero pushback. And I go to the VA for my regular doctor. So, you know, they're great. They love referring me to places, but the VA is not one where that I'd be like hip with it. Yeah, let's give you progesterone. I swear they gave me 2 years worth of birth control when I deployed for 10 months. And they just were like, could you please just skip all the sugar pills so you just don't menstruate ever when you're in Iraq? That would be amazing. Like that was a very legitimate solution for them. They were just like, never skip it. I hope 2 years is enough. I was like, oh, okay. Like, am I stuck in Iraq in this scenario, or do you not understand how often a woman menstruates? Like, how often do you think I cycle through? Or am I going to be there for 2 years? Please let me know which way we're going. It's like the thing when they were talking about NASA, when a woman was going to go up into space for like 6 days and they offered her 100 tampons. I saw that. I don't know if that's real. I saw that on Instagram. It's a woman singing about it. And I was just like, yeah, that sounds exactly correct. Where they're like, I don't know, is 100 fine for 6 days? Like, not even like, hey, where are you at in your cycle? Because I would send somebody up who was ovulating, because that is a very motivated time frame. Like right before, during ovulation, you can conquer the whole world. And I would never send somebody up right like the week before. Nope. No thanks. I wouldn't do anything. I'd nap the whole time. I'd be like, hard pass. This does not drain as well as I want it to. And so I microwaved some water and then poured it into that steel water bottle because I thought the water upstairs wouldn't get hot enough. And then I turned on the hot water here. It's so much hotter than my microwaved water. I could have just done that. So I'm like little bit by little bit trying to get it to drain. It does, but I do think I need to cycle through another round of Drano. Also in the downstairs, one of the downstairs bathrooms, I think I have to disassemble the P-trap. It's either a P-trap or the J-trap. I don't know, but I need to take it out because I think that has like way too much stuff. I don't think Drano can overcome that. So that I think that would be really fun to show you guys. And if it's so disgusting that I can't let the whole internet see it, I'll just put it up for members and you guys can see how gross I am. Like when I pulled that massive piece of a hair clot out of my shower drain. And you guys could just, members will be when I show you hairs that come out of various drains in my home. That will be the content. And then yes, eventually I'm going to do my top tier foot fetish tier for members, and it'll be my videos, but just the feet part. And the tier is going to probably be called Just the Feet. And it is $600 a month because I can set my own prices and somebody out there will pay for it or they won't. Mac will, for sure. He's such a pervert. Mac and Jamie. Jamie, how you doing, girl? Did you send me any pictures in my DMs? No? Okay, fine, cool. Whatever. You're dead to me. I don't even want to marry you now. Like the offer's off the table. It was on it for a little bit, but now it's off the table. Who else is shocked by how easily this paint's coming off of my sink? It's incredible. Like I did think some of it would just be stuck forever. But these pieces, I think it would be easier if the drain was draining faster. I think I would have an easier time with these last little flecks. It's not too shabby. I am jiggling the drain. I feel like that would work better. It doesn't. It's just not good. Also, I'm cleaning with a magic eraser, so maybe that's why the paint's coming off so well. We're all just going to watch it together with bated breath. I'm going to kill whoever is digging through recycling while I'm doing a voiceover. It's probably my husband. See, look at how clean the sink ended up. Like, look at that compared to what was. That's insane. Look at how unburdened I am. I know it's so late for that joke. Like, the election's over. We can't, like, all of the good election memes are gone. And yet I am still one of the people who love saying thanks, Obama, when anything goes wrong, because I think Obama was out of office when I realized that was a thing. And then I saw a clip where Barack Obama's sitting at a table and he has a chocolate chip. Oh, mother lover. I'm still not taking my progesterone, guys. We are going to power through this. We just have a little bit more. But he's sitting there with a chocolate chip cookie and he picks it up and he tries to dunk it in the milk. And the cookie's too big for the glass of milk. And he goes, oh, thanks, Obama. And it's like the funniest thing I've ever seen. I'm going to Google it after I'm done with this and watch it 14 times. And then I'm going to watch Kendrick Lamar's halftime show like 6 times. And that is how I'm going to close out my evening. All right. So look, I was showing you guys flip flop. What it was, what it is. And clearly I'm amazing. Look at how good it is. And I just needed to stay like this for a few more days so I can get in my RV and drive around the world and forget I have an upstairs again. And we'll be back here in, a year and it will be just as bad. And I will make all of the excuses and tell you guys how I'm going to be way better. And then maybe I won't, but maybe I will. You will have to follow along. If you've been here the whole time, if you don't subscribe, I will come find you and kick you right in the shin and you're going to be sad. So please subscribe and also like it. And if you hated it, give it a thumbs down, but please share it to your mom's Facebook group so that they can all watch it and talk about how gross I am too. I would love that. Speaking of things I love, it's you guys. And who knows? I'll see you soon. Bye.